everyone. It's Tasha Danielle here with Dorothea Kelly. Thank
Hi.
you, thank you so much for joining me. If you do not know who Dorothea is, you have been living under a rock because she is she is my business coach and friend, and she is the founder and CEO of Money Chat. She has been doing this personal finance thing for a while now, and she has a new venture, Workspace Spark.
Yeah.
It's always like a tongue tie saying that Workspace Spark.
Hey, Spark.
And it's an amazing subscription box company for office decor. So if your
Yes.
office is not looking the best and you want to get some more personality to it, you want to check out the subscription box because it also has amazing decor. I'm like hearing the echo. Is that me? And as well, it gives career advice. So
Yes.
check out Workspace Spark on YouTube. She has amazing career coaches on there. So if you can't
Yes.
with that. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolutely. Yes. Glad to be here.
Okay, and if you do not know, it is the last day to vote for me to win $100,000 from Essence and Pine Star. So if you haven't done so, I need you to vote. Go to financialgarden.com and vote for Financial Garden to win this $100,000. I'm gonna put it on the screen in a second. But yeah, here we go. Because I need to definitely win this money. But Dorothea, you are also my business coach.
Yes.
So I want to share a little background before I ask you some questions. So
Okay.
I've been doing Financial Garden for formally for 6 years now. I was doing it before the year without a business name, volunteering. Didn't really know what direction I wanted to go in. So
Mhm.
after being in business for a couple years, Dorothea invited me to an amazing VIP day. And at that point, I was really stuck in my business. I was really ready to give up on it because working 9 to 5 and trying to grow a business can be tough. And so Dorothea called me out of the blue and was like, I'm doing this VIP day. I want you to be a part of it. I think it'd be good for your business. I'm like, I'm not doing financial garden anymore. I'm kind of sick of this hustle and bustle and dealing with clients who don't want to pay and all of that stuff. So we're gonna keep it all the way real today.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So I'm just like, I know my worth, and it's just annoying setting a price and people not wanting to pay that, and just all kind of stuff that you go through on an entrepreneur journey. So Dorothea, you want to share a little bit about VIP Day and what we did?
Yes. So I had a VIP day. So I as a business coach, I work with people individually, financial coaching too, but we also do group things. A VIP day is for people who are in business and they want a solid, quick breakthrough. Maybe they're stuck somewhere or they're just getting started. And so I do these VIP days. We huddle up, we work hard and go hard for about 5 hours. I had a group of four of you, I think it was 4 or 5. I
Yeah.
tend to keep them around 4 because 5 hours, I really want everybody to get good time. And we do this massive VIP day and we just go through some core things that you're working on in your business so that you can walk away. And we walked away with a plan. I almost felt like I was holding them hostages. I'm like, do this and do that and do this. Like, I have to make sure people walk away and they have concrete things because that is supposed to be a catalyst for growth after you finish my VIP day. So it was a lot of fun. I was glad Tasha came because I saw all the wonderful things she was doing. Number one, your work in the community, the work you're doing with the youth, and then by default, their parents as it relates to financial education. So what I knew and I felt and I was trying to push was quitting is not an option. Now I'm not gonna hold you up. Some people should quit. Some people should stop right now, cut it out. But with Tasha, she had a great business. She had a great business model. She was making money, is making money, and affecting change and changing lives. And I recognized immediately what was wrong, why she was on her way to burnout, why all the wheels just seemed like they were all over the place. And I knew I could help with that. So um, that's why I was like, you got to come. Nobody else there, just me and you. You got to be
No, and I'm glad you said that. So I see a few people are joining on. Make sure you are liking and sharing this video because it's some great entrepreneur advice. I have been doing. I did another live with the entrepreneur as well. A lot of people are starting their business in this season, so it's
there. Yes.
important to know what to do and what not to do with starting your business. I'm gonna do a little plug right here. I do have a business checklist for you to check out. 10 things from a CPA's perspective that you should have going in your business. That's at biz.financialgarden.com. But anyway, back to this. I What I was stuck on was I was trying to do everything myself. So
Yes.
you can relate to that. Definitely drop a comment um, about that because I was just so scared of like hiring someone, they not do it exactly how I would do it. And Dorothea was like, they're not, you're gonna have to get over it
Yes.
and just begin to build trust, create systems. So you want to share a little bit of how you got me over that whole I don't know how
Yes.
to hire anybody because I just want to do everything
Yes.
myself.
A lot of people probably are in the same space that you was. If you think about it, remember we talked about time. You were like, I don't have time for this. I got to go to work. When I get off work, I got to deal with my properties. I could do all this, I have all these things to do. And I was like, take a deep breath, stop talking so fast, slow down. Let's figure this out. And so one thing that I did that we all do, when you first start, there's not a lot of money to go around to, everybody tells you when you start, you need your team. And it is true. I teach people this. It is very true. You do need that team, but you may not be able to start with everybody on that team. You might start first with an assistant and a bookkeeper. And people think that you've got to hire all this full-time help. That's not what you're doing when you first start out. If you're not starting with a lot of seed funding and venture capital money and this kind of thing, you're using your paychecks, you're working a day job, you're using your paychecks to fund your business. You have to have some help, and you can get that on a part-time basis. The problem is, and how we all get burnt out, is trying to do it all ourselves. So you
Yeah.
have a great idea, you want to get started, and then you go out there and you get going, but you have to have some systems in place and people. So the first thing I tell people to do is you have to document how to do steps. And if you hire an assistant to just do that part, right? But with all these tools now, like I use Loom Video to train, I use Zoom to train, I record a video and I send it. And so those are some of the things that I worked with Tasha on. You have to hire somebody. We mapped out the money. We mapped out how many hours per week and where to find people, Fiverr, Upwork, referrals, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then remember how we talked about how you can map out your day. So here's the thing about mapping your day out. I am a workhorse. Like I am like, get up, get at it.
Me too.
And I realized that, that's my personality. And Tasha and I are liking that. Everybody's not that way. So I have to bring that down some. But we mapped out together, okay, how many days per week are you going to work on your business? How many hours? And here's the thing about hours, entrepreneurs watching. Don't try to scatter yourself. I know there's a method out there where you do 30 minutes here and then you do something else, then you do another 30 minutes, but you kind of be scattered. I suggest that people block off 2-hour blocks or at a minimum 1-hour blocks because you get in a good groove, you get moving, and you feel like you accomplished something at the end of that 1 hour. And don't try to do everything. But I truly suggest 2-hour blocks, blocking out your time and making sure what days am I going to work on my business after work, before work, before the kids get up, before you got to cook, or after you have to cook, or when everybody's gone to bed. You have to figure out what works for you.
No, I think that's a good point because I work my corporate 9 to 5. I'm dealing with a team, but for some reason it wasn't translating into my business. I was just like not seeing it that way. So my corporate 9 to 5, I have a team. I hire them, I interview them, I have work instructions, I write job descriptions in my 9 to 5. And Dorothea was like, why don't you have that in your business? I was just like, and like dumbfounded, like, I don't know why I don't have it in my business. I guess because when you're an entrepreneur, you're so busy trying to wear so many hats. You're a
Yes.
salesman, you
Yes.
marketing, you are accounting, you are a customer.
Web development. That's
Yeah,
my current pain.
it's everything. And
Yeah.
so I told Dorothea, I don't even have time to do that because I'm in the schools, I'm writing the correct, I don't have time to write the job description. She's like, you don't have time not to. You are going to keep reaching these cycles of burnout until you
Yes.
hire somebody.
Yeah.
And so I guess my biggest fear, I mean, hearing that from you and you actually sharing how you did it was so important to me. Because yeah, you can watch a YouTube video on how to hire somebody. It's not rocket science. Like I said, I did it in my 9 to 5. But from an entrepreneur who's actually doing it and being
Right.
transparent about what worked and what didn't work was so key to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So I was able to work with you and say, okay, this is my job description. This is the budget that I have. Like, what I remember you saying, what's your number? Like, what's
Yeah.
your number that you can afford to pay someone to bring them on? And
Yeah.
so once Dorothea just really helped me break everything down the steps, it was so much more helpful. I think when you're an entrepreneur, you are very lonely because you're doing everything yourself. When you work at 9 to 5 in the team, you have, even if you're in a cubicle setting, you can go and vent to somebody over there.
Yes.
Your friends don't want to hear about your business.
Mm-mm.
Your husband doesn't want to hear about your business. Your boyfriend, your friends, they're like, yeah, that's cool, but we're not really trying to talk about that. So you don't have that best friend at work when it's you, just you as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So it's so important to have that network. And so Dorothea VIP Day was more of that. So you want to talk about a little bit about the dynamic and the environment you try to create in VIP Day?
Yeah. So it's the idea is fun and empowering. Although I don't know, I'm sure some of my to-dos and homework were not that fun, but the idea is, listen, you guys are killing it. You guys are rocking it out. You have great ideas. You have money coming in. Let's keep that momentum going. So we have fun. I'm a dancer. I love to dance. I love music. I love to have a good time. So we incorporate some of that. We have lunch as well. But what the key pieces are is what we work on in the businesses and making sure that everybody gets enough time, because that's key. That you is if somebody walks away and they don't know what to do or they're still confused, then I haven't done my job. So I try to make sure that I give enough time to everybody, but also what I noticed in the VIP days that I have is that, just like in yours, everybody's feeding off of each other. Remember how I had you guys start doing your sales funnel? And then as people were telling their sales funnel stories, everybody was chiming in with, well, you could do this and you could do that. And what about, and for some of it, some of us were your ideal customer, right? So then that was able, you feed off of each other. It creates this nice network of people who are like-minded, because that's like, Tasha, what you were saying about the fact that you can be very lonely as an
Yeah.
entrepreneur, because your people, they're like, okay, yeah, cool, that's fine, whatever, let's go play ball or something. But
Yeah.
one thing that I would like to suggest that people do, before it was popular to get into paid masterminds, we did free masterminds, and I still do. And all that is you connecting with some people who are around the same level as you are as an entrepreneur, maybe a little higher, and you guys just meeting once a month or meeting every other month. Or maybe with Zoom now, it's so fun. You can just have work parties. I've been doing that with my friends. We have these like work parties where we're trying not to chit chat so much, and we're just on Zoom working. And then if we have a question or run up against something, we have a conversation about it. So that can help us not feel so lonely as entrepreneurs, and also build a network of people that you
Yeah.
can vent to, because you need to talk to people who understand where you are in your journey and aren't kind of like glazing over trying to go to sleep when you start talking.
No, exactly. I want to say too, from the VIP day, I'm like, okay, I need one-on-one coaching. That was another thing for me as an entrepreneur. I got my first sale and I was so happy when it happened. And then I got more sales and contracts and stuff. And then it got to the point of, okay, I can't do everything. And then you work with me through that. But it's
Yeah,
also of like reassurance when you're talking to other entrepreneurs, besides when you're not getting any sales and you're like, oh my God, I should give up. And it's not just
right.
one thing of that, it's consistency of that. And
Yeah,
then also when someone who admire something that you're doing, and you're like, really, that's good. It's good to hear that, and it's not just coming from a friend or a family member who just wants you to shut up because you because you complain about your business. But when it's in a room full of people who are really like, oh, that's a good idea, I'm gonna use that in my business, and here's what works
Yes.
for me. That's so important. And I
It's
really,
reassuring.
yeah, and I had to get comfortable. I needed to step back and say, you have revenue coming in, you have to pay somebody to get the tools you need. You
Yeah.
can't just free everything to death.
No.
I had created my website. I was
Mhm.
created my little logo. I did my business cards. I did my brochures. I literally was doing it all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you have revenue coming in. You're going to have to start really investing in the business. And
Yes.
that's the first thing I did was hire you as a business coach. And then I hired a virtual assistant and I kind of went from there. But
Hmm.
I had to take that first step. So I know a lot of entrepreneurs are feeling like I have so much other stuff to pay for. I can't even think about having a budget for a business coach. I think you should consider it.
Listen, let me tell you, I'm a business coach who hires business coaches. Take Workspace Spark, for instance, financial coaching, business coaching. I'm a talker. That's what I do. I can do that all day long. I've been doing it for over 10 years. When I knew enough to know when I started the subscription box business that I didn't know anything about the subscription business. And that's retail. I didn't know anything about retail. I knew enough to know that I had to hire someone, and money was tight. I paid for everything cash with this business, and just anybody looking to start a subscription box business, we can talk because it is an expensive business to start,
Okay.
and it so you have to have money just to start on top of getting help. So I paid several coaches actually because they each brought a different gift. I paid someone to help me with the branding because I wanted it to be slick. I paid somebody to help me when I first got started as far as operations, and then I paid somebody. The one I'm working with now is wonderful, and they're helping me with marketing, right? But if I had not paid these people to help me, people who had been there and done it, had seen success, I would be spinning my wheels. I know that my one particular coach saved me a whole lot of money. I was going down a path of what I had read online, what I had heard, and I was going in that direction. When
Like,
he looked at the model,
Dorothea, Google and YouTube will make you feel like you a guru and
I know, like, oh, I'm just,
you going the wrong direction.
I know. And here's the thing. You need that one-on-one help to be specific to your situation. I watched all the videos. I read the white papers, read research papers, everything, read studies, but I needed specific. And when he looked at my model and he said, "You are not going to make any money," I was like, "What?"
You're like, what?
I really was because I'm a researcher, I'm a studier. I did everything, and he said, "This is why you're not going to make any money if you do it this way." I hadn't read that anywhere. I had not seen it anywhere. It wasn't any Facebook group, any forum, nothing. But this was somebody who had been doing it, has a gazillion subscribers, making a lot of money in this business. That if I had not met with him, I would not be where I am today. And I trust me, I probably would be out of money by now and not probably bringing in as much as I am. So I'm just saying all that to say I'm not saying you got to hire the most expensive coach, and I'm a business coach, right? There's all kind of things you can do. Definitely start if for any new person starting a business out here right now. I definitely suggest you read everything you can. Go to SCORE, go to SBA, work with your chamber, exhaust the free stuff, absolutely. But before you start investing real money, work with somebody that can hold your hand through it, who understands. Every coach doesn't understand your industry. Like for me, I don't understand fashion. So if I got someone who was in fashion, I'd send them to another coach. You see what I'm saying? So that's the kind of thing that, and when I say I don't understand fashion, I don't mean I'm not fly. Okay. I mean,
We know that's not the thing. We know that's not what you mean.
I got to clear it up for the people.
No, I'm glad you mentioned the free resources because you do want to start there, but then get that information so you know what you don't know. that gives
Yes, that's
you
right.
insight to which you should be working with on a business coach. So a free resource is on your screen. It's a business checklist, so you can think about things you don't necessarily know you didn't even know. So
That's
definitely check out the checklist. It's a free downloadable for you to figure out where to go in your business. Even if you have been doing it for a minute, it gives you some insight that you may not have considered.
yeah.
Um, hey Jackie. So
Hey, sugar and money. Hey.
no, I definitely agree. I agree, obviously, with you exactly what you just said. But I think the business coach, aside from the VIP day, that was so powerful for me to be with other like-minded individuals. But then working one with you, and you giving me homework that I had to follow. I was like, oh no, I have to do this.
She was like, "Oh my goodness! If any of you could have been a fly on the wall," and it's, she was like, "I got enough stuff to do." I was like, "Well, add this to the list, honey."
I literally had like a tantrum, and Dorothea just be like, "Whatever." So when you want to do your dad's call, and it's all in love. I know she's gonna hold me
Yeah,
accountable,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I wouldn't be an Essence finalist if it wasn't for her. So obviously, it pays off.
Aw,
So
thank you so much.
I have to give kudos to people that really have helped me along the way, and I really can't thank you enough, even during this process. Dorothea, when I told her, she was like, "Let's celebrate for 5 seconds. Do this, do this, do this." I'm like, "Wait, no, I don't want my coach right now. I want my friend. Stop, stop." She was like, "No, do this, do this, do this. You got it." And but I followed what she said. I said, "Okay, you giving me too much. I want to take some of what you're saying so I can digest
Yeah,
it." But
yeah,
yeah, I slow rolled everything you were saying, and I'm so glad I listened to you because it's been paying off with how I'm
aw,
out this promotion for Essence. But it was overwhelming. But you have to have somebody in your ear who's going to challenge.
hmm,
And Dorothy
hmm.
definitely was doing that with me and my business. And I'm like, all right, Dorothy, I need a couple weeks to digest it. Like you give me.
Yes, she did. She was like, so, so me. Listen, when you tell me something is going on, I instantly go into action. I instantly, okay, what's next? No matter what the problem is, even in my personal life, I'm a solver. And when she told me she was up for this, I was like, oh, we got to get you. You got to win. And I just started doing. I just started doing. But she took it back. She digested it. She pared the list down to what was achievable. And look what everything, how it's been working for you.
Yeah.
So you're doing it. And that's really kudos to you. That's really a kudos and a testament to the person that you are and the go-getter that you are. Like you get an assignment, you make it happen. Execution. You are all about execution and it's paying off big time.
Thank you. Thank you. If you have any comments, definitely drop them below. I want to go back to some resources. I know we mentioned SCORE, Small Business Administration. Those are good places to start. But
Yes.
when you work on with a business coach who is, especially in your industry, they're going to give you insights to tools you didn't even know existed. You
Yes.
can't just Google help me in my business and know where to start. It just doesn't. You
Yeah.
really need a guide. And
You can.
so tools, I'm not going to share them because you should work with Dorothea one on one to know those tools. But the tools and stuff she told me, I'm like, dang, I didn't find this on Google. I didn't find this on YouTube. So that's the benefit of working with a business coach. So whether you're in personal finance, you are in fashion, whatever industry you are in, you should really consider working with a business coach, especially if you're trying to scale. Because I was at a
Yeah.
point where I definitely had revenue coming in. That wasn't the hard part, but I was stuck. I
Yeah.
couldn't grow anymore doing what I was doing. So I
Mhm.
think it's really important for you to know what's your sticking point. So if you have questions, make sure, like I said before, you're sharing this video. A lot of people are sitting at home during this COVID that's never gonna
Yeah.
go away.
Yes. It's going away. It's going. It's
Oh my God.
2021, spring 2021.
Yeah. And they're starting businesses. So if you could do like top three things that people, if they had $1,200 starting a business, what are some things that you would tell them to do with the $1,200? Side note, that's the amount of our last stimulus check. We may be getting another one. So let's hear Dorothea's
Let's
perspective
hear,
on what
yeah.
to do with that.
So is this people who are not in business and they're just now starting right now today?
Just they have an idea. They have $1,200 to start investing. They just have an idea. Say it's selling jewelry online.
Right, whatever it is, the first thing that I would suggest you do. So if it's a business where you're selling online, so we'll do a couple of things. Yes, yes, sugar and money. I love, I love what you're doing anyway. Um, if you're if you're selling online, right, and you selling jewelry or whatever, it's easy to create a Shopify site, and it won't take your entire $1,200. If all you have is $1,200, please don't hand that over to a web designer, because then you won't have any other money. So,
Thank you.
and I'm not saying that people spend $100 on web design. I have done it. I have done websites from 500. You go up the more your income increases. But if all you have is $1,200, the first thing you want to do is something quick and easy, like a Shopify site, and that's if you're retail. Now, if you are a service-based business and not a product-based business, then you can get like a one-page website done. And what happens with that is it has these anchors, and everything is on that page, but when they click on it, it drops down versus clicking to all these pages. That is simple. You can get it up easy. Somebody could probably do that for you for like $300. Nice pictures, nice graphics. That is a start. And then, of course, all your social, that goes without saying, because that is free. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I would suggest you do, if you don't want to take the money to hire a business coach, the very first thing, let me rephrase that. Let me say this. You definitely have to take a business class first. Not one business class where they're like, this is all about business, but a series of classes that teaches you how to start a business. A 4 to 6 week course that teaches you how to start a business. And in these days, I think there's a bunch of those online for free.
Yeah.
And then even if you have like a community thing where they're teaching something, like we have a lot of that stuff here, it's a minimal cost. That's that. And then you want to take and begin to work on your marketing. How are you going to get this information out to the people? Where are your people? You need to start figuring that out. If all you have is $1,200, I would only do one session with a coach to get started. So if you do those three things, right? You take a business class, you get a website up, do your social, I guess that's number 3. And number 4 is one session with the business coach. Because again, if all you have is $1,200, I don't advise you to give all of that to a business coach either.
Right. And that's
good. I'll just say this. You need a bookkeeper. A bookkeeper, not somebody you pay full time. They do your books for 1 hour, once a month, and you're done. You might pay them $60. Everybody's set up on these spreadsheets and stuff. And I get it. That's a place to start. But get you a bookkeeper, get you QuickBooks or some other system. There's some free ones, Wave and all that. But you can get an online tool for $20 and get a bookkeeper.
No, I definitely agree with obviously everything you just said. One thing that, I think it ties in with the business coach. A lot of people have an idea of something that's going to be good. They can't walk through how they're going to get a client. So you really need to, that goes back with the marketing. How are you going to get a client? I think a lot of people are like, I have my business cards. I use so much when people approach me to help them in their business, but they don't know how they're going to get the first sale. If you are a service-based business, obviously start off with some products. It may not be you doing services right away, but you need to figure out how you're going to get a sale, because you don't want to spend all this money for marketing or having this site. You spend $1,200 on a website and then you don't even know how to get your first client. That can get lost. And I think in my millennial generation, I'm a senior millennial, but we think it's all glitz and glamour. If it looks good and it's crystal clear, you have this imagery, you're good. But you also
nobody clicking.
You really need to figure out how to get sales and consistent sales. And that's where the business coach comes in. But before you even pay any money, who is your client? Why are they gonna buy from you? If you cannot answer that question, you don't need to spend any money investing. You need to figure that out, because a business is not a hobby. So
that's right. And I'm gonna tell you one thing that service and product-based businesses can do is video is the thing now. Video is hot. If you schedule out 5 tips a day, or do it 3 times a week, and people see you and they see, oh, you've got this product or you're giving tips on this service, and that you're in front of them all the time. Consistency, I used to hate this word when I first started because I was like, oh, I'm trying to be consistent. But consistency is where your money is
Right.
all day. So if you're on Facebook Live, pick 3 things. Don't try to go crazy. Pick 3 things. I definitely suggest YouTube, Instagram, TV, and Facebook Live, of course. I guess that's all the 3 things there are.
Yeah.
But you have to do some video and if you don't want to start with video, start with tips, quotes, something so that people know who you are and what you do, and then come up with some kind of offer so that they can swipe, click, or something to find you to
Yes.
book, your services or to purchase your products. And also take advantage of those Facebook groups where they have like Share Saturday or something like that, and post your products. It may seem like it's going into a black hole, but you never know who's going to scroll and see that. So those are just places to start, right? And there are some other things, but I know we don't have a lot. I don't want to take up the whole.
No, we a little over, but it's fine. I think I just like the tips that you're giving. If you have yes, yes, sugar and money it is, and I can't wait to start seeing IGTVs for you. And that was definitely shade. We are doing a live later on today, so definitely make sure you're still staying on. I'm going live all day, promoting Essence and dropping gems. So the first person I had to have you meet was my business coach, Dorothea Kelly.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, everybody, go vote. Essence.com, financialgarden.com.
Yes, you should stream that at the bottom real quick before we
Yeah,
go.
let me do that before because I had it on there and then I took it off.
There we go.
Financial
Yes.
$100,000 is up for grabs. So I've been
Yeah.
on news and radio in Detroit. I'm trying to get this money.
Yes, listen, you guys, make sure you vote. Tasha is changing lives, and that's what this is all about. We always talk about changing our generation, changing future generations, and that is what she's doing with Financial Garden. So please go vote. Tell everybody you know to go vote. We have until 11:59 today, right?
Yes.
So we got to help Tasha win.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Dorothea. And go vote. Bye.
Bye.